Hey everyone, for this video, I am going to show you how AI can help you make targeted texts to help build literacy skills in your students. So first of all, if you have emerging readers, so you're working with the little ones or you're working with individuals who are still learning their letter sounds, they're kind of building their whole language skills while they're learning that breakdown of sounds and how they combine for reading, you could use a prompt like this. Write a story 800 words in length at a third grade reading level with multiple CVC words. So here is where you can really target whatever you're working on. So if you're working on specific patterns that students see in reading, this is a prompt that you can use, and let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Ooh, Max's Big Adventure. All right, so as you can see, it's generating a nice little story for us. Now, we know that this is a third grade reading level, and as you can see, it's kind of hidden in there, but what you could do is ask students to go on a treasure hunt to find all of the CVC words just like you've been practicing. So like, here's far, here's sun, lots of sight words in here as well, him. So it's kind of a fun way to invite your students to read an interesting story and then also learn the pattern that you've been working on. Magic School also has a tool that I like for emerging readers. So if you go to log in, I always like to start from the starting point, and you go to content. This tool is based on the science of reading, which is, proliferating and growing in its effectiveness. But basically, what it says is that we need to give students the building blocks of reading. And if you go to Magic School's decodable text generator, it basically walks you through step by step the process of science of reading, and it gives you passages for them to practice. So it starts with the basics and goes all the way through the very many sounds that we need to become proficient readers. So if you choose, the objective or the pattern that you're working on with the example word, go to generate. It'll provide sentences for your students to practice with. Now, of course, these are really simple, and you can always go deeper as you are building on reading skills. Again, that's under content, decodable text, and we're going to go to, let's check out what happens when we get down here to the more challenging letter patterns in science of reading. Check this out. Oh, it's Rachel. Oh, no one's here today? This is shocking. So anyway, that is the decodable text tool from Magic School. Again, that's for more of your emerging readers. As you're working on literacy with your older students, so let's say you're getting into those upper levels, or you could always differentiate this down as well. I like to use ChatGPT to create reading passages based on vocabulary lists. So I just went to new chat. That's always where I start. And I could say, for example, in my high school classes, we're working on job skills. So I could say, write a story about a young lady named Gigi. Maybe that is one of my students' friends or favorite names. Gets a new job and learns about skills such as, now here comes my vocabulary that I want students to learn: initiative, responsibility, punctuality, and absenteeism. So that comes straight from my vocabulary list. These are the words that I want students to be learning. I want them to be able to decode the words and understand what they mean. Now, as always, I like to specify a reading level. So I'm going to go with a 6th grade reading level, and I want 300 words. And there goes our story. Now, of course, I always want to read it, and I want to make sure that it is giving me what I'm interested in. So I see the word in punctuality, I see initiative, I see responsibility, I see the definition of absenteeism. all these beautiful things. And then, of course, like I always do, I can say, give me 10 comprehension questions, including understanding of the key words, initiative, absenteeism, it doesn't matter the order, punctuality, whoop, there we go, and responsibility. Beautiful. And there we go. I have a little quiz to go with it. Now, if I want it to be open-ended, I can, but if I want to make this easier for my students, let's say some of them need a little more support, I could say regenerate these questions with multiple choice options. So you can see I'm just building curriculum, and it's beautiful. Now this time it gave me 2 choices, and I can see which one I like better, which is part of what it will do sometimes. It'll give you that split screen. And there we have it. All right, so as always, I can go to copy, and I can use this lovely material that ChatGPT has generated for me. And my copy button, let me find that for you just to make sure. Oh, I have to choose my favorite response first. So when it gives you the split screen, I'm going to choose the one with more options. And then after I choose on the split screen, I'll be able to go to copy. And there I have my quiz. And I've covered the vocabulary I need to cover in an interesting way using a narrative about our young person named Gigi. So that's the tool, and thanks for listening.